Here we have a review of the One-Shot Toys Spirit Detective, aka Yusuke Urameshi from Yu Hakusho. On the packaging, we do have a silhouette of Yusuke's face and an open view to the figure and some of the accessories inside. The side detailing doesn't have much. We have a shot of Yusuke with his spirit gun blast on the back, some warning details on the bottom. We do have English Spirit Detective on this side of the packaging, as well as on the bottom, and nothing on the top. So here we have the accessories for the Spirit Detective, aka Yusuke Urameshi. So the figure does come with a display stand. The stand does have a silhouette of Yusuke's face on it. It does have two arms, one for the figure, which we do have that claw for the body there, and one for the blast effect, which we have a nice spirit gun blast effect up here. In addition to the stand and the blast effect, it does come with 8 pairs of alternate hands. So we do have one hand for holding his briefcase or school bag. We have one hand for the spirit gun. We have 2 neutral hands, 2 open grasping hands, and 2 more that are more open wide palm hands. We also have 2 bare feet, so you can swap out the shoes for bare feet, which is a nice addition there. And then we have 2 alternate faces, one with gritting teeth and one with a smirk there. Bringing those a little bit closer to the camera. And then finally we do have his little companion here, Pooh, as well. Which Pooh does have a nice little indent on the bottom of his body so that you can place him on top of the head and he can rest on Yusuke's head. Something else I forgot to mention when I was going through the accessories. So we do have extra little snaps here in case you lose any of these. These are all actually decorative. So the magnets here, there's 3 main magnets in that jacket. These snaps are decorative, as are the ones on the wrist of the jacket. So you have the 3 extra snaps to replace those in case you lose them. Now in terms of swapping out the face, you can just pull up on the chin here. You can put in the other face here. And I'm putting on this face because when I was doing it earlier, one of the strands of hair just fell out, which is really odd, especially since it seems like it should be all one piece of plastic here. There's no reason for this piece that goes right there to be separate, and yet it fell out. So there are some concerns about the quality if what should be just a solid piece of plastic is going to fall out like that. I can glue it back in, so I should be okay, but definitely not ideal to have happen when you're first unboxing it. Additionally, if you want to do the spirit gun pose, just let me swap out the hands for this. Put on the other hand. So trying to get him into the spirit gun pose is a bit difficult, especially I think because of these cloth goods. They're very restrictive and they want to pull the arms away from each other. So you can see trying to get him to hold that hand, he's not going to do it. So depending on the angle you have him displayed, it could look okay. Like here, it looks better. At this angle, not so great because you can see he's not even holding his hands. So I wish they either made the clothing less restrictive, not as tight, or if this hand gripped around that a bit better so it could actually hold it securely and you wouldn't have to worry about it pulling apart. Now for our height, Yusuke does stand at about 6 1/4 inches. And here we have Yusuke standing next to the Figure Arts Staying Raised on Earth Goku and the Figma Tanjiro Kamado from Demon Slayer. And here we have him next to the Black Series Commander Cody and the Dawson Genos from One Punch Man. And here we have him next to the Rebel Tech Vash the Stampede from Trigun and the Figure Arts Yuji and Sukuna form from Jujutsu Kaisen. Overall, the One-Shot Toys Spirit Detective is a decent figure. it does have some big knocks against it, the biggest probably being the clothing, which is just way too restrictive, especially when you're trying to put him in dynamic poses, and the spirit gun pose, which is really the pose that you would want to put a Yusuke figure in. We also have the poorly executed undergarments, and I did have the issue with a strand of hair falling out just randomly, which should have been a solid piece of plastic. Again, I was able to super glue that back in, but really not what you want to have happen with a figure like this. But if you're looking for a Yusuke figure, there aren't that many options on the market, and One Shot Toys is releasing many of the other characters in the line, so I do recommend it for that purpose, but just be cautious and have your expectations set with what you're going to get.